something that I'm completely convinced of is to actually learn how to talk with women, how to have a interaction with women. Most guys don't even have that. So trying to escalate with women, trying to be cool, funny, and playful with women without being able to have a good, interesting conversation with them is like lacking a massive foundation. We know from the science that in order to attract women, as a rule, we have to do it within the interaction. And if we don't have the right conversational skills down that is based on the scientific research and scientific principles, it's very, very hard to actually attract women as a rule. There are always exceptions of the rules. And I mean, I think about 7% of the women do have some kind of a sexual mental disorder. If you want to go with that, yeah, you don't need a game. You can just say, oh, you look hot, come home with me. And they probably have a pretty good success rate. But if you want to go with the majority of women as a rule, you have to learn how to communicate with them. You need to know what makes conversation interesting. And once you know that, then you can start forming your own way of talking to women in terms of which direction you want to go, if you want to go with fast escalation, or if you want to go with a little bit of a longer game in terms of creating a long-term girlfriend or whatever. But the basis is to learn conversational skills that is actually based on real things. There's no question about that, I think.
Alrighty. So I'm just gonna quick fire a question or two, quick answers. Where does cold feet come into this? So by the way, this is just new acceptable term in place of last minute resistance.
The best way to overcome last minute resistance is to not get it in the first place. And that's from playing solid game and making sure that she's really ready for sex to take place.
Yeah, so I think with the method that Erik is talking about, you're probably going to face more last minute resistance. This is why I know Mystery Method had a lot of freeze outs or move forward and move back or all this other random stuff. I don't know. But yeah, like typically, if you're just like not very upfront with the goal what you want, you're just qualifying a little bit, you're just vibing it out, you get it back to your place, you're like going for the make out here. Yeah, there's potential like concerns and objections you haven't really faced, right? So as I said, like it might be something as simple as like I haven't shaved, or I'm on my period, or it could be something more emotional, like I don't want to seem like a slut. But yeah, these are going to come out. And so the way you avoid that is have that conversation early. The more you can actually have these sexualized conversations and see the pull early, it's going to come out because she knows why she's coming back now. It's not a disqualification of like, let's meet my pet rock or some shit. It's the girl knows why she's coming back. So at the club, she can bring up it's not last minute resistance. It's at the club resistance, we can call it. And then she can tell you like, hey, listen, I feel uncomfortable about XYZ, or this is my concern. And then you work on it together. So if it is something like random, like I haven't shaved, it's like, cool, I got a razor on my place. If it's something random, like as I said before, like I'm worried if we have sex, you'll never see me again. You might want to reassure of that. And then by the time you do get back, you have full consent. I hate the word consent, but you can make it sexy, right? You have full understanding of what the girl wants, what her concerns are, they've been dealt with. And so you're actually, this is taken from like BDSM principles, you're removing any form of remorse, right? Any form of last minute resistance. So yeah, that would be the way you go about it.
Sounds like a one-note song. Sounds like a one-note song, Markus. I'm sorry.
No, but most of the time when people are not ready to having sex is because there is no real connection being created. So if we're going to look at behavioral science and psychology theories, I mean, we need to obtain that safety and trust first before she wants to move on and start relationship build. Even if that relationship is just one night stand, we still have to create connection first. Because without the connection part, the relationship advancement is not really ready to be happening. So being understanding her perspectives and what she really wants in various of things, including the sexual part, is very, very important to actually start building relationship, even if it is a short one. And because then you on the way getting a lot of information of what she like and what she prefer and what her fantasy is and what she want to go about it. Also her negativity towards a fast escalation, if that is her concern as well. So I think communication in that order is of utmost importance. It's all about creating connections through interactions first, relationship build during the way, and then make something happen. If she gets cold feet, you will know about it. You will know about it on the way. It's not like something is coming out of thin air and she's like, oh my God, no, are we going to have sex? Then something went wrong. You didn't create any connection. You didn't create those small relationship building areas. Or as what Markus said, we start talking about sex and we start going deeper and deeper and deeper. We're not going to ask the first questions like, what is your absolute wildest fantasies when it comes to kinkiness? That will be an uncalibrated question. And it's not like you have been creating a connection based on that particular question right off the bat. But whenever we start creating connection, we're creating understanding. We're creating this empathetic feeling of, I'm going to get what you are thinking based on your shoes. And then we're just going to use that to really get all the way through the relationship building part until we can perhaps have that sex or intimacy or whatever we want to have. But super important, create connection, relationship build, and then you're there, basically. Understanding is everything. Empathy in communication is everything. Every single scientist out there in communication, behavioral science, and psychology knows that empathy is a superpower. If you know how to use empathy right, you can actually, take interactions to wherever you want to take it.